Looks like I'm going to need a common denominator. Looks like I have all the denominator I need. Okay, my common denominator is 4x minus 1. That is in both fractions. I'm ready to go. This is ready to go. I have the common denominator I need, so we're just going to put these two together. 4x minus 1 is my denominator. Numerator over here is 4x plus 1. Now, hang tight, you hardcore mathematicians. I'm about to do it wrong. You can write this. Feel free to write this. And then I'm going to subtract 3x minus 1. Okay, the purpose of this problem is so we can notice and identify from the very beginning a very common mistake a lot of people make, and I don't want you to make it, so don't make it. Here's the mistake. When I subtract this, I must subtract the entire quantity right there. Subtract it all. If you want to go ahead and distribute your negative, you can. There are some teachers, I am one of them, that sometimes will explain it this way. Make that a positive and change both of those signs. It works. You're going to get the same thing. I don't always do that. Your strategy is up to you. But make sure you subtract the whole thing. Up to this point, when we subtracted fractions, it was a monomial and it was no big deal. Well, now it's more than one term. It's 2 terms, 3 terms, 11d12 terms. Be careful. 11d12 is not a number. Okay, I'd love to skip a step. I should not. 4x plus 1 minus 3x plus 1, negative, negative, makes positive. And then 4x minus 1, doesn't change. And so we're going to have 4x minus 3x, that's x. 1 plus 1, that's 2. And then 4x minus 1 there. Nothing reduces. No GCF, numerator, denominator, nothing factors. We can't reduce anything. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, more subtraction. This is fun. So as we look at this one, we are going to stare at it for a second and say, oh, I need a common denominator, and I do indeed need a common denominator. On the last one, the denominator was built in for me. This one, it's not. So let's go green. Least common denominator is, okay, x plus 2, we'll put that. X minus 2, we'll put that. And that is, whoa, that parenthesis was backwards. That is my least common denominator, right there. It is this factor times that factor. Often it is one denominator times the other denominator. That is not always the case. That will always give you a common denominator, not always the least, and sometimes it gets ridiculous. All right, at this point, you may say, I am tired of so many steps, and you know what? I can't help but agree with you. So why don't we switch colors to purple? Why not? Before we do, let's do this. Trust me on this one. There we go. All right, purple. I want this to be my common denominator. So instead of step after step after step, which is fine, but instead of doing all that, I'm just going to say, I really want this to be my common denominator, but this is what I have instead. What do I need? I need an x minus 2. So I'm going to put an x minus 2 here. Times 1, big deal. Okay? I want this to turn into this. What do I need? I need to multiply by x plus 2. So, x plus 2. Okay, back to blue, because that's what we've been doing these in. Common denominator is in different orders. No, it's not the same order. Anyway, even if they were in different orders, then it wouldn't matter. X plus 2, x minus 2, or turn it around if you want to. And then I have x minus 2 minus, okay? I'm going to subtract this entire quantity, but that coefficient in the front is going to absorb the negative anyway. So there's that. That's going to give me x minus 2 minus 3x minus 6. And then we're going to have x plus 2, x minus 2. Now, you might really stare at this long enough and realize, don't do this. Don't you dare do this. It's wrong. I'm going to do this, and then someone's going to just walk through here, slap me in the face, and run out, probably. That is so wrong. Don't do it. No, because x minus 2 is not a factor that is multiplied everything else. If this was what I had, then sure, go for it. But that's not what I have. There. All right, let's keep moving. I digress. X minus 3x, negative 2x, negative 2 minus 6, negative 8, x plus 2, x minus 2, and then we'll move on. GCF in the numerator is 2, technically negative 2, just makes it easier to look at. And there's that. Can I cancel anything? You might be tempted to, but no, you can't, and that's all you can do with that one. And that brings us to the end of this wonderful video. So now it's story time. I'm kidding.